All right, what's going on, everybody? Robbie here once again, and welcome to week number 2 of the 6 week to success training. Oh my God, this past week flew by. It feels like it was only just a couple minutes ago that we did week number 1, but here we are in week number 2, and I am super excited to be here with you once again. I got my partner in crime here, Coach Daz, who's in the background there. I think
Hey guys, you ready? You ready to rock and roll? We're going to go into week 2. It's going to be awesome. Now we're going to start doing some action steps.
Yes, action steps. I love it. So we're excited, guys. We got a lot to cover today. Now is kind of the moment in the 6 weeks of success where we're really kind of getting to the nitty gritty, right? And so I want to just kind of give you guys a disclaimer. We're going to be going over a lot of stuff today. Okay, a lot of stuff, and it may make you want to feel overwhelmed. Okay, if you feel overwhelmed, perfect. That's exactly how you should feel. Okay, because anytime you start something new, anytime you start a new skill or you learn something that you haven't learned before, you're going to feel overwhelmed. But I promise you, as long as you take your time, slow is fast, right? And you just go step by step, you follow what we teach you. When you get the recording of this training, when we're done the training, we'll have it recorded. It'll be in the guide section, right? You can watch it again and again, right? You can ask questions in the group, and there's all the videos in the course that help you kind of supplement what we're going to teach you today, okay? So if you feel overwhelmed, totally fine, okay? But we're going to be going over a lot of stuff today. But before we do, let me know in the question box if you're excited about week number 2. And if you can hear me just fine, if you hear me and Daz just fine, let me know in the question box, and then we'll get rocking and rolling here. So okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like everybody can hear me just fine. Perfect. A lot of people on as well. Hey, more power to you guys as well, because one thing I like to do is compare numbers, right? How many people were on week number 1 compared to week number 2, right? And literally, we're pretty much at the same amount of people on the training. So kudos to you guys for sticking with it into week number 2. And I expect to see the same numbers for the rest of the 6 weeks, right? Because it's all about consistency, right? It's that long-term consistent success. So great. Well, guys, so what we covered last week, we went over this, right? Mindset, the big picture, right? What it takes to be successful, what you have to do, having the right mindset, never quitting, putting in the work, right? Every single day, following and going through the entire training, asking questions, right? We covered all that in week number 1. We went over the 7 commandments for success, and we gave that bonus commandment, which was win where you are, right? We talked about that. And then we talked about the step-to-step roadmap for success. Okay, we went over all that last week, right? So last week's homework question for you guys, did you complete it? Let me know in the question box if you completed the homework from last week. Did you watch all the videos in the members area and the guides section of the Facebook group? Did you watch the inspirational videos in the guides section as well? And most importantly, did you write down your why? And did you focus on it every single day? Guys, let me know in the question box if you did your homework. Awesome. I see a lot of people saying yes, yes, yes. Good.
Yeah, nice. A lot of yeses. That's cool.
We got some students in here. These much better students than I was in school doing their homework. I used to never do my homework. But that's great.
You're all telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
You're all telling the truth.
You're all very honest. That's great. Awesome, guys. Well, good. I see some people saying they haven't yet, or they're close, or almost finished. Perfect, guys. And guys, don't worry, right? Remember, I talked about week number 1, run your own race, right? I get it, right? Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own, kind of situation, but just put in the work every single day, and good things will happen. Awesome. So, guys, we covered week number 1. We went over that, right? Welcome, mindset, set up for success. This week, boy, oh boy, we got a lot of stuff here. We got a lot of meat this week, right? Week number 1 was kind of the appetizers. And today we're getting into the meat and the potatoes here, right? So week number 2, we're going to be going over Facebook Business Manager setup, kind of how it should work now at the time of us doing this training, right? Obviously, a couple things have changed over the past year and a half or so. Ad account setup and also the warming process. And we'll go over a couple other things as well. And so, yeah, we're going to be going over setting up your Facebook Business Manager. We're going to be going over creating and setting up your fan page correctly, right? Posting content to your fan page. We'll show you how to do that, what to do. Creating your ad account, right? Getting your ad account, because if you don't have an ad account, obviously you can't run ads. And if you can't run ads, you can't make the money, right? And then we're going to go over the warm-up process. We're going to give you some homework because you guys are such excellent students. And then we'll do a little Q&A at the end here. Okay, does that sound good? So, guys, yeah, actually, if it does sound good, let me know. Give me a big yes in the question box if it sounds good to you guys and you guys are ready to rock and roll. Let me know. Let me know. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, it looks like everyone's saying yes. Perfect. So, before we get into any of that, guys, we're actually going to go over something that so many people have asked about over the past year or so, and we want to kind of touch on it a little bit. We could do a whole week on this, but me and Daz were talking, and he said, "You know what? We're going to give you guys kind of a quick, kind of an intro into this subject right here. There's so much we could go on and about this. Really, it would be tough. So what we want to do is give you an intro to it, so that way you can kind of get started and then start to do your research and get into it. That is into proxies, right? And proxies are something that I want to be clear, they're something you don't necessarily need initially when you get started. But in the long run, when it comes to more profiles and everything like that, proxies are definitely something you want to research and eventually use, right? I use proxies, Daz use proxies, a lot of people use proxies. And so we're going to be going over that real quick. But basically, essentially what a proxy is essentially it is a static IP address, right? Which allows you to it basically shows Facebook, hey, I'm in one location and I'm always in one location, because Facebook doesn't want, an IP address that kind of bounces from location to location, right? One of the reasons why a lot of people would have trouble is because they would travel or they would try to log in from one location to another location of their laptop, and it would get flagged. And so a proxy kind of solves that issue. And the benefit is you can have multiple profiles, and each profile would be set up on its own proxy. So what I think we can do, Daz, I don't know if you mind sharing the screen real quick, and we can, kind of show people a little inside look into what proxies are about and, kind of how we set them up.
Sure. Okay, let me go ahead and
let me
just screen with you guys.
Yeah,
Probably going to switch over.
All
Okay,
right.
guys. So this is a browser called Firefox, right? This is where we do. It's free. You download it, just like Google Chrome, but this is Firefox, a different browser. So I'm going to bring the root browser in first. So here's my Firefox browser. So it would start like any other browser. You can see if I go Google here, regular browser, right? But the difference is there's some commands in Firefox that aren't the same as commands on other browsers like Chrome and Edge or whatever some people are using. So in here, to create profiles, we would just go profiles, which will bring us into the command screen where we would do it. So here's profiles. As you see, I'm active. I have proxies going. I have different Facebook profiles on here. And then I can literally, once I configure them, I can launch them from here and work in the profile. So if I want to create one and warm one, I can do it all here. So this is where you would get ready for it. Obviously, there's guys on this too in our Commission Hero group. You can search in there and there's setup things. But I just want to give you a brief overview and show you exactly what it is. So I'll get back to the main profile here, because we're going to be using one of my Facebook profiles that's created this way, that I have business managers on and everything for this whole 6-week success and the build and all this stuff. So that's exactly what I'm on right now. And as you can see, I could type in here, what's my IP, what's my IP, or actually whoer.net, and it's going to give me an address. So you see, so my IP is here. That's what, as far as Facebook's considered, that's where I'm logging in from, okay, all the time.
Yeah.
So now if I go to my regular browser and whoer.net, this is my router at home. This is my address, right? So that's exactly what Robbie was saying, is on this one, which is the Firefox profile, wherever I am. As you know, I have a place out of the lake. I go on the boat. I go do this. I go to Cancun, wherever. I can log in anywhere. It's always going to show them that I'm logging in from this location. All right, so it doesn't look suspicious. There's not a lot of different flags that are going to fire on it. Whereas if I was traveling back and forth to Arizona from California or wherever in different states, or, I went out to Robbie's place out there out in Florida, same deal. I could log in. It looks like I'm logging in from the same place. Okay, so it's kind of a cool tool, and it's free, right?
Yeah.
So what we use for these is, obviously you need a proxy. One of the proxies I use is this one, MPP Group. Great, seem reliable. This is what I use, so they work for me. They have private proxies here. You can come in here and buy them, buy whatever package you want. 1 proxy, 10 proxy, 5 proxy. And you always want to get, the residential proxies. And setup is really simple. Once you actually buy the package, they're delivered to you instantly. And then you just go into Firefox and configure. So for example, this one, I'll show you some of the settings really quick. It's just kind of an intro to this stuff. Settings here. So in general, real quick, we just come straight to, there's only like 2 or 3 settings, it's not that bad. Come here, send website, do not track. We click that to always. Then we go to general and network settings. Down below here is where you would add the proxy. This would be on no proxy. We would select this to manual proxy, type in the proxy, type in the port that MPP gives you, check this box, do not prompt for password, and press OK. Once you've done that, you've saved it. And there's a couple more settings you'll see in the group. And I could show you this other one here, about config. Another command. Enter, proceed with caution, danger, danger. And all I'm going to turn off in here is the media peer player. This one, media peer connection enabled. This would be set true when you first come in here. All you need to do is toggle this little side switch. There's nothing to save, and make it go to false. Once you've done that, pretty much set, ready to rock and roll. So now what that means is, if I was warming up a bunch of proxies, a bunch of profiles, when I launch one, like this one, launch profile in a new browser, when I click this, you're going to see another Firefox wheel comes down, and behind this, everything comes up. And now I could log into Facebook through this profile, and it would take me right into that profile. I don't have to worry about, is it the right proxy? Is it the correct login, et cetera, et cetera. So really, at the end of the day, it's almost pretty much idiot proof because you can't make a mistake. Right, Robbie?
Yeah, absolutely. That's basically the way it works. So it's really, really an easy setup. I know some people are saying, whoa, that was a little quick, but yeah, and I get that, guys, but that's why we didn't want to go too in depth on this, but just to show you kind of a quick overview of how to get some things set up. Now, obviously, guys, when you get the recording kind of replay, obviously take a look. There's tons of YouTube videos on IP or setting up your proxies. It really is not that difficult. And the thing is it's very repetitive, right? So when you do it once, you do the same thing again and again and again for every profile that you set up. But that's just kind of an idea of what to look for and why we use proxies, right? Because that's another question we get is, well, why do you use a proxy? The reason is simple, because at some point in time, your IP address, if you're using your home computer, eventually what will happen is if you get shut down on your account or your business manager, then eventually what happens is Facebook says, whoa, this person is using this IP. So they just kind of shut down everything instantly, right? And so that's why having a proxy and multiple proxies, one for each profile, is going to be very beneficial. So if something happens to one profile or one business manager, it doesn't affect everything else, right? And the other benefit is being able to travel. Like I'll admit, like I'm not the most tech savvy person. And when I first started getting affiliate marketing, I would just run from my own IP address from my laptop, and then I would be traveling, and then my account would get shut down, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And then I found out, oh man, well, it's because I was jumping from IP address to IP address, and that's not good, right? So then I did proxies, and my life changed forever. So that was kind of the benefit there, guys. So yeah, I see a lot of questions people ask about proxy stuff. We're going to add some stuff as well into Commission Hero when it comes to proxies, so be on the lookout for that. That's coming pretty soon. But just wanted to do a brief kind of overview on that. Unless there's anything else you want to add, Daz.
Yeah, really, overall, it can be a little confusing in the beginning when you look. And I went a little quick for you guys, but I'm used to doing it. I just do it all the time. So, yeah. But in all honesty, there's maybe off the top of my head, I don't know, 4 settings. That's all you really have to do.
Yeah.
And then it's all controlled by, any one of the tabs you pull up. You can go to the About proxy like this, About Profiles, and just create one.
Yeah.
If I was to pull out, one of my proxies, I could go in there and do it and configure it, connect. It's super fast. It's super easy, and there's not much to it. So there's really, I would say really it's about 4 settings, and that's it. And you're set, and you can never make a mistake. Like if I launch any one of these ones, anyone, like this one, I can launch profile in a new browser. It's already pre-configured. It's set. So watch. Comes up.
Yep.
I'm going to drag it over here. This is the new one that just popped up. Now, if I click Facebook, as you can see, I'm in a profile.
Yeah, nice.
Right, and it's a totally different address than the other one. It's a different proxy. So I can literally have 10 or 15 of these tabs open on my desktop at one time, and I could be working in all different profiles.
Yep.
So this is kind of a thing where me personally, everybody does this different. But I have some of my profiles on a laptop, some of my profiles on desktop, because I have a desktop in my office and I have a laptop when I'm traveling, right? So
yep.
I don't have to worry about crossing over on these deals. It's like some of them are here, some of them are there. Yep. And like this one you're looking at is a live example of, I don't know who this profile is. Obviously, it's not me. My name's not Joyce Davis Robinson.
It's not?
But that's me. So it's just a profile that's been warmed up, and I use it, and that's the beauty of the game. You can see I have 2 other profiles on here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good. And yeah, I see some people asking questions about how do you get profiles and what do you do. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation, but very simple. Like you can we talk about it in Commission Hero. You can obviously use friends and family. You can grab those. You can certainly, some people will purchase them. Certainly, that's my official stance is that, you shouldn't purchase them, but people do. So there's a lot of different ways to get profiles. It's not that hard to do. So yeah, like as you can see here, he has, 3 different ones, 3 different people, all of whom are not him, but he's using their profiles to run ads. So that's kind of the way we do it with what we do in Commission Hero. So cool. So I think we're good on the proxy side of things, Dad. So I think going into the next step here is actually setting up a business manager, right? So that's basically the next step here. So you want to kind of walk people through that?
All right, cool. So here we are, one of the business managers that we set up. And I mean, obviously, if you're going to do one, you're going to set one up from scratch. We need to go there. So we will go to business. Facebook.com/create, right? And also, guys, important, make sure that you're logged into your Facebook profile before you go here, right? So when you go there, you're going to come in, and it's going to look like this. So you're going to go ahead, and obviously this profile, I have my business managers that won't let me set up, but I can still go through it. It'll just say no. So I'm going to click. All you would do is click the blue button in the corner, create account. Okay, now your business account and account name. I get asked a lot of questions on this. What should I call it? Well, it really doesn't matter. That's my 2 cents on it. It doesn't matter. So, for example, this one that you saw that I created off of this, I call it Robinson Agency 1, right? This is the person. So you could do anything. I could do Joyce, Joyce Agency for the first one, whatever. Now, the business email that I use when I normally do it, and everybody's got their own way, is I just use the email address associated with the Facebook profile. So It all looks like it's jiving, right? So you would literally fill this in, put the email address in here, and submit. Now, if all goes well, it will go away and come up and say you need to verify your email. That's the screen that would come up when you pop into the Business Manager. So very important, when you do this, the first move you want to do after you've done that is go to the email account associated with the Facebook profile and look for the verification email notification that they sent you. And then you're going to click on that to verify it, and then it's going to bring you into the Business Manager and say email's been verified, and you're good. I see a lot of people not do this and miss that step and go days working in it, and then the Business Manager gets disabled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that some people that are newer just kind of don't do it. And when I look in their account, I go, you still have to verify your email.
Yep.
So it's a big, important step, right? That's a really like one of the little pitfalls that comes up every now and again. So once you've done that, you'll be done and you'll be taken into the Business Manager. So The BM is right here. This is what the business, see, Robinson Agency 1. This is how I created it. And there's the profile I created it with, Joyce Davis, right?
Yep.
So here we are on the business manager. And a lot of times when you first come here, let me see here. Now, sometimes on Facebook, there's a new business suite. Here it is. Pops up every now and again.
Yep.
I'm so used to working on the old platform, and I know I need to learn this new platform more. I don't know whether Robbie does or not, but I normally always switch back to Classic because I'm so used to it.
Yeah, same here.
Then I get students that get stuck and say, mine doesn't look like yours, Daz. Doesn't look like yours. So for me to switch back, there's a button on the bottom here. It says give feedback. I just click on that and then go switch to Business Manager and say switch.
Mm-hmm.
And now when I cancel out of here, it will go back to the way that we like it looking.
Yeah.
Which is here. Which is most of the training, it looks like this. So it's better really to work this way.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, when we're in here, we want to get going, want to look at it. We just click the gear cog in the bottom, business settings, and that's going to bring up everything in the business manager so we can kind of look at it, get familiar with it, see what it is. So the first thing we see, obviously, to the right is the people. So these are all the people that are going to be on the business manager. Now, the little shield at the side, what is that? That means business admin when you hover over it. So like before on the setup to success that I showed you guys on that bubble chart, we need to make sure that the profiles that are on the Facebook account, the two that we want to have on there, are admin, not employee. Okay, it's really important because if it's employee, you cannot send out invitations if something happens. You're basically banned. You can't do anything. That's what an employee is. So that's the important part. So we see that we have admin shields everywhere. That's how it should look when you're set. You should have two of them on here and everything is looking good. Okay, now as we roll down, we see different things. A lot of things we're not really worried about. Our main deal is the pages. This is where the fan page would be. Ad accounts, obviously where the ad accounts is. Most of this stuff down here you don't need to pay attention to it. We don't use it. And then the data source, when we get to the pixel house, is where we would put the pixel. You see it right here. So there's a few other different settings that are coming up new with the iOS 14, and we're going to be covering that in these 6 weeks when we get there. Right? But there are a few different little settings we have to do because of iOS 14.
Yeah.
But pretty much, here's your overview of the business manager and what to look for. You come down brand safety. This is one with the iOS 14. We'll be dealing with that when we need to.
Mm-hmm.
And also we come down below and we have payment methods. So the first thing really on a BM, when we go ahead and get one, we establish it. And remember, like Robbie said, guys, slow is fast, right? Slow is fast. Again, it's the same here. Like, you don't need to create a business manager and then the same day go in there and rush and put a credit card on it. And then that same day, create an ad account, right? It's better to wait a day between each step. Don't rush on it. That's an important thing. So if I was to create this business manager from scratch, yes, I would put another profile on it, but I would probably then leave it alone for a day. Then I would come back in, I'll add my credit card. Then I would leave it alone. Maybe I can work on a fan page or something, that's fine. But I'm not going to put the credit card and create an ad account on the same day.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to space it out nice and slow. Slow is fast.
Yep.
You want to add anything to that, Robbie?
Yeah, I think that's important. I think, especially when it comes to your business manager, because, I've seen people move way too fast. They do everything in the same day. And then what happens is their business manager gets shut down and they have to try to verify it, right? Which means you have to submit business documents to Facebook. And so, the way you can, pretty much avoid that right out the gate is don't go so fast. Is set up your business manager first. Obviously you're going to be an admin on the page, or on the business manager. Then a day or two later, you're going to go ahead and add a payment method to the account. And then a day later, you're going to go ahead and create an ad account, which we'll show you a little bit here on today's training. And then also the other thing too is then you go ahead and create your pixel. So everything just take your time, right? Now that may seem super slow, and yes, it is slow, but in the whole scheme of things, it's not that bad, guys. And you're going to be in a much better position because if you move too fast, you're going to have to go slow again anyways, once you learn your lesson, right? So So go slow in the beginning and you'll be in a much better spot. And the other thing I'll say too is like with payment methods is like when you add a payment method to your account, you don't want to like start running ads to it right away that day anyways, because usually what happens is if you do that, sometimes that payment method gets flagged for suspicious activity, right? Which means you didn't do anything wrong. It just means you're moving too fast. So yeah, so kind of what Daz said is absolutely correct. And I see a couple of questions in here as well, Daz, in the chat, and people are asking. One of the questions people are asking is, should they add their payment method to the business manager level or to like the ad account level once they get started?
I always say add the payment method to the business manager level. Mm-hmm. Right? The reason why is then when you're creating ad accounts after the fact,
yep.
You simply select payment method from the business manager, and all you have to do is put it in. You don't have to re-enter your credit card information every single time. You have to re-enter this, the CVC code and all the other stuff. It's just a lot more streamlined when you put it on the business manager level, right? Which would be here. So we would click the payment methods, and this is where you would add the payment method. So you just click this, add the payment method. Now, sometimes with Facebook, it can be a little glitchy. Mm-hmm. So once you've added the method and you add it, it'll come right back to this screen and it looks like it's not there. And I see people stressing out, students getting all, hey, I put it in, it's not there. All you have to do sometimes if it does that is just hit the refresh button on the browser. Yeah. And then it will come in and will show you the payment method is in the business manager. And then you're done. You don't have to worry about it again.
Yep. Yep. Facebook can be glitchy sometimes. And your best friend is the refresh button. So that's it. Yeah, I agree. I think adding it to the business manager level is the way to go. There are some circumstances where you maybe want to add it to the ad account, but for 99% of what we do in Commission Hero, like you're going to add it to the business manager because it's going to save you time. You can add it to your different ad accounts with just a couple of clicks, and you're in a good spot. So yeah, so hopefully that answers that question there. Another question someone's asking, Daz, is like, how many admins or employees should someone add to the business manager?
Pretty much as many as you want. I mean, the more the merrier. Sometimes, as long as there's no black flag on it, or something's gone on with that profile, but the more the merrier. You never know.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think that it's good to at least have a backup admin on there because what happens is sometimes, if say your profile where you have the business manager, it goes down or it gets flagged or something, and you got ads running, then you're not going to be able to do too much with that business manager. Whereas if you have a second person that's accessing it, then you're good to go. So yeah, I think that's important to do as well. I definitely think that's important. Let's see what else we got for questions here. Someone's asking about pixels in terms of creating pixels. They're asking, let's see, what's their specific question here? Okay. They're asking for the pixel, do they set it up like one per ad account or is it one per offer? Or what should they do?
Pretty much it would be one per offer because remember the setup on the setups to success we went through on the graph, the bubble chart I put out for you guys, we're basically going to have a pixel house. So you would put the pixel on the pixel house and then connect them to the business managers and the ad accounts that you want to use them on. So it's being protected. So it'd be one per offer.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's good. So, and then what else we got going on here for questions? Yeah, we got a lot of questions coming in. Guys, we'll get to a lot of these a little bit later on. We'll do a Q&A at the end of the training as well. But I just want to make sure we answer some of the most important questions here. Let's see. Oh, someone's asking, how many business managers can somebody create per profile?
Well, I went over this when we talked about the setup to success. It's, minimal is 2, which lately with a newer profile is probably going to be the max. It would just be 2. Yep. I've seen profiles that have been really, really old, like someone's had a profile for 10, 15 years or whatever, and they've got as many as 4, sometimes maybe as 8 off of one profile. But basically when you're doing it, you just create, like this one was Robinson, right? So Robinson Agency 1, I would use the same email address, Robinson Agency 1 name, create it, verify the email. I'd verify the email first, come in, and I'm ready. I would maybe put my backup profile onto the business manager first to make sure, okay, I've got 2 on there, now I'm ready. Then I would go back in to create again. I would do my second one. Yep. And I would do the same email for the profile again. And now this one would be Robinson Agency 2, do the same process. And then I would go back again to business.facebook.com/create. And I would try and create a third one. And if it let me, I would try and create a fourth one until it says no more. That's it. Sometimes number 3, it says, no, you've reached your max. You've already got 2. You say, okay, I know. I've seen students that didn't do that. I told them to go in there and check, and they've been able to create another 2 or 3 of them. So always keep pushing. They're just going to say no when you're at the max.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's like, people will say, well, how do I know if I can create more business managers? Well, find out. Just go and try to create it. and let me know.
It'll tell you no.
Yeah, exactly. Facebook has no problem telling you no. So yeah, definitely do that, right? But at least get two per profile, which is great. And so cool. Yeah. So let's keep going here, Daz. I think we've got some more stuff we want to cover in the business manager. But obviously, guys, you'll have access to the recording once we're done this training. It'll be in the guide section. You'll be able to take a look at it. But yeah, pretty much the big ones we talked about: the payment method. We talked about users. We talked about all that stuff. I think the next thing is obviously we want to get a fan page and an ad account. I think would be the next ones we want to work on. Right?
Yeah, I think it would be a fan page because that would give the fan page, because that, again, I'm trying to go through a process of, okay, now we've got the payment method in, let's leave that alone for now. Let's go play on a fan page, and then we'll come back a day or so, open the ad account, because it's a very simple thing. It only takes 5 minutes, and you're done with the ad account.
100%.
And realistically, on the whole process, we really need to get the fan page up and running, set up the brand.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what we got to do. So
perfect.
So now for pages, we would just come down this left side. And again, if you're not seeing this menu, it's because you haven't clicked on the gear cog for the business settings, right? So then you come here. We're going to go to pages. So there is one on here. Looks. Some of my people have been in here. Okay. So we would just imagine that there would be nothing. There would be a big square saying nothing's set, right? So we would just click add a page. Sorry, not add a page. I'm doing the wrong one. But create a new page. This is what you guys would do. Now, normally on this, I believe that calls or community is the best one for this, right, Robbie?
Oh, yeah, I agree. Calls community. Yep.
So we would select calls or community. And then we give it a page name, nice and simple. So what niche are we doing for this 6 week? What were we going to do?
Well, I think we can do, let's do DIY for this round. Yep. Let's do DIY.
All right. Give me a cool name for a DIY page. Robbie can go
let me see. How about, Handyman Hank?
Handyman Hank.
There you go. Yeah, and let's explain. Yeah, let's talk about the fan page name and why that's important, right? So guys, so when it comes to a fan page, first of all, we want to pick a fan page based on the niche we're promoting, right? So we don't want to do it based on an offer. We want to do it based on the overall niche of that products, right? So basically allows us to not be pigeonholed into promoting just one product. So you wouldn't put the fan page name is product name 1, right? So we want to do a very more of a broad niche name, right? Now that comes with a couple of things we got to be careful of, right? So for example, if you're in the health space and you're doing a health offer, say a supplement, you don't want to use the words like lose weight fast or skinny, or you want to keep it very kind of general, right? Which would be like inspirational weekends or something like that, which is very, very general, right? Same thing when it comes to DIY. So with DIY, I've used DIY Saturdays. I've done at-home projects. I've done home and garden DIY. I've also done some cool stuff like this one here, Handyman Hank, right? Because it does have that niche. And what it allows me to do is, in theory, I could run multiple different offers on that one fan page. Not that I would, but it gives me the ability to do that.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's the same as the page up in the corner you see is mine, Vanessa's Spot, right?
Yep, exactly.
It's just nothing, just nice. I can run anything I want to run there, right? That's obviously health and fitness or something like that, but weight loss. But we're not going rapid weight loss here and all that other stuff, because you're just going to get killed. They're just going to whack your account, and it's better to stick with kind of a name, because Facebook as well in general it's more of a social platform. So stick with that, then you're not going to run into problems. Because people start going to weight loss, they always go health and fitness, something. I go, no, it's too much. Stay away from that. Just keep it to a nice name that you could feel, a catchy name and a brandable name. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Now we're going to hit the create page, and away we go.
All right.
And might have been the refresh button again. I was getting ready for it. And view page. So here's what our page looks like. Now, again, you guys will notice that if for you, those of you guys have been in Commission Hero for a while, and you've gone through the other 6 week, and again, it's a different layout. They do this to us all the time, right? So you can see this is a different layout than what we're used to. And this one, I believe they forced on us. We can't get out of it, right?
Yeah, we're stuck with this one.
This one we're stuck with. There's no settings to change.
Yeah.
All right. So Handyman Frank, first thing we're looking at, here's the page. There's the avatar. There's the cover. And we obviously have no content. And we have to start going through settings. Okay. So one of the first settings that we're going to do is obviously we need to go and get some Handyman Hank picture for an avatar, right? So let's go ahead and open a browser. And we'll go to Google Images. Here. And we can find, like, say middle-aged. Middle-aged. We can try Handyman, see if we find anybody.
Yeah, let's see here.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'd say let's see here.
Older looking guy, like something like this.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. I like the guy one row below that in the middle. He's got kind of like a
This guy.
Yeah,
This guy.
yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we open this up.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just paste it in here. You have to download it, don't you?
You have to download. Yeah, yeah, download it. Yep.
Save image as. I'll put Handyman. And I'm going to download that image. All right, so that's gone down. Come back to the deal. Now I'm going to upload it. Edit profile picture. You can change some of these menus around too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go to my downloads. And there we go. Handyman, and bring him in. Now you see I can drag and position. You can, it's already on the minimum size. We're already there. I can't really do much with this guy. I'm going to have him with the duct tape on.
Yeah, that's fine. That takes good.
And then save it, right? So that's the first part. So there we got our guy. Now we just need to go get a Facebook cover. A lot of times you can just type this in here too.
Yeah.
Tools, different things like this. We can grab any one of these that are kind of niche related. So which one do you like, Robbie?
Let's see here. I think we can go with, really the first one's pretty.
This one here, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
So here we are. I'm going to go again, save. I'll put Handyman cover. Save. I think you took it down, did it? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. All right, come back over here. Now we're going to edit, choose from photo, upload photo. Handyman cover, boom. Okay, so that's going in.
Perfect.
Again, just like anything, you can drag and resize. I think it's better like that with more tools.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, there. Save changes.
Ooh, too small.
It's too small.
Let's try it.
Yeah. You might get that, guys. I'm glad we got that because you could see sometimes people struggle with this. It's like, look, it's too small, then go find another one. Look for bigger. No, let's see this one.
Yeah.
60 by 540.
Yeah, I think it might be a little small.
Might be too small. Oops.
Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, let's see. It should be, let's see what we got. Cover photo should be 820 by 312. So it might be
Oh,
close.
that one will work. Yeah.
Try that.
So let's say save image as.
Yeah, and this is good. I mean, this is for you guys to see this too, because this is what we do, right? I mean, sometimes you upload a photo, it's too small. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, you just go right back to it and say go there. So now we're done.
Let's see if that works.
Save.
Oh, too small. Nice.
These guys, see, they're changing it on us all the time.
All right, let me see here. Yeah, interesting. Let's try to find another one here. Maybe we can do like a.
And what I'll do like background.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get a big one.
Yeah.
Either that or we can type in dimensions.
These will work.
Yeah.
We can take this deal. Yeah, see 1280 by
yeah, that should work.
100 by that. This should be fine. See, no one's getting frustrated. We just kind of go, okay, let's go get another one. No big deal. Upload.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, a lot of times you can tell too when it's real pixelated and stuff. Like it's not, it just can't handle it.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
Go.
All right, so we got them on. So another thing we like to do on the settings as we're going down the settings, right, is the username, create username. Now, sometimes guys with this, they're not going to open this feature up for about 2 or 3 weeks of using it, sometimes even longer. So some do, some don't. You never know. So what I would try and do is I try and get the name exactly the same. There's no spaces, obviously. And you just go Handyman Hank, because we're trying to brand this page. What's it say? I don't think it's going to let me.
Yeah.
His name isn't available, okay? Handyman Hank. Handyman Hanks. Still not available. I will go like this. I'd move odd letters in there for anything to try and get it to go through. All right? Or sometimes you can just go Handyman Hank. Stop. There you go. I probably would have had the other one. It doesn't change when I'm doing it.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, see?
There you go. There you go.
So you kind of see how you got to click around on some of these new layouts sometimes. But anyway, so now we got Handyman Hanks. And there, it gave us the username. So now you can see that we're trying to make it a branded page. We've got our little avatar. We've got our cover. We've got our community now says the same. So we're trying to build this brand. The next setting I like to do is add a button here. So we add a button. We're going to go over here to, where is it, message? And that's changed, send message. Thanks, contact us, reach out. Okay, that's a question. This is the right one. It's kind of different. So it's totally different now.
That's right. Yeah. So you go to click on get message or edit button. There you go. There you go. And then let's see here. Oh, okay. This is for an ad. So let's go back. Let's exit out of here. Yeah, and then go back back to the Handyman Hank. Yeah. So let's go to where do you go here? Edit send. Okay, edit send message, and then edit button. There we go. Send message. Click on that. There we go. And then just hit save.
Oh, okay. We got a generic messaging now. So
there you go. Yep, you're good. Cool.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good to go. Yeah, you just can't see it because we're in the admin.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. So this is the admin view. You're not going to see it, but like I said, we set the button, we set that, we set the cover, we set the avatar. Now we're going to go to the left side here where it says edit page info. And here's where we go down and fill everything out. Now this, guys, is, I see so many students that come through it, people, and none of this is filled out. Nothing. I'm talking nothing. No, not even a username. And I'm like, what do you do? Okay. So in here we would type, a description of the page. And I'm only going to do a quick one because I'm telling you, but it's good to get a little bit long-winded, like you're really, really making a brand.
Yeah.
You know, if you were, think about it, guys, if you were building this to build a community and everything else, you would have filled everything out. You'd be all into it. Like, this is your place. You want everything to look right? Correct. So here you could say something like Handy Man Hanks is community. Not the best typer in the world, by the way. Handyman Hanks is the community for people there. Love DIY. Tips. I'm more weight loss, so it's harder for me to do this. Get tips. I don't like to use tricks, tips and techniques.
Yeah, while Daz is typing that, so it's important to remember, guys, that you want to fill out every little bit of information, because if you don't do that, what happens is basically Facebook says, okay, this person obviously is just creating a fan page just because they want to run ads, and they're probably not somebody that they want to do business with, right? So if you have a real brand, if you have a real business, you're going to fill out this information and take your time. So remember, guys, anytime you set up your fan pages, as kind of boring as this is. I don't love setting up fan pages. Daz certainly doesn't love setting up fan pages, but you have to do it, and you have to do it right, because that's super, super important. And I see some people asking questions in terms of like, the phone number and stuff. We'll get to that in just a second, guys. But really, really important that you go through the process of setting everything up, because it will make a difference, right? In terms of the longevity of your accounts, in terms of longevity of everything you got going on. With your ad accounts, your fan pages, everything. It makes a difference. It really, really does. So something really important there. Yeah. And you can see, like, Daz is taking his time going through this, right? And that's something that you want to do for sure.
Yeah, you just type in some stuff, think about stuff. It's not like massively deal, but just to make the effort. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right? So we come down, like you're asking about the phone number. No, I don't put a phone number in there. Yeah. I'll put WhatsApp. Email, we can just get a Gmail address, go create a Gmail, handyman, blah, blah, at gmail.com, create it, throw it in here. It's fine, right? Website, you can kind of use, the website, a lot of different ways on this.
Yeah. I mean, some people will put like they'll either create a blog using like their domain that they have for their landing page on. Some people will put their actual landing page on there. And some people will just type in the domain. They just put a domain in there. And that's kind of the way that works. So yeah, there's a couple ways you can do it. There's no wrong way to do it. Some people leave it blank. I personally don't think you should leave it blank, but definitely at least have something in there that ties into your offer. And also, really important too is, we'll talk about this with domains and stuff, but it's also not a bad idea to get some domains that are very similar to the fan page name. So there is some congruency there. So you'd have like handymanhank.com or handymanhank.net or .org. Those would be the three extensions you'd want. But yeah, that's what I would say for that.
Yeah, that would be kind of like one of the parts of branding as well. So you're gonna try and get an email. Not an email, but I mean a website address that's very, very close to your fan page name. Now, sometimes you may look up Handyman Hank and it's gone, right? The domains. Yeah. But maybe you do Handyman-Hank and that's available. That's fine. As long as it's close to the name and it looks brandable and okay, yeah, that's it. Because really at the end of the day, when Facebook's looking in here and other people, they're kind of thinking, is this real? Is this for real? Or are they just throwing up like a skeleton, nothing there? So you're trying to do all the branding on it to make sure, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're legit. This is it. We're doing it. So one of the other techniques is you can do, once you get a domain, you can connect it to ClickFunnels, which is one of the landing page builders that we use. And then you can also go in their template section and get a quick one-page blog template. They're super easy. You fill that out and you can even use that address in here.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of, hey, we have a blog too there. It's not a real blog. It's just a skeleton page, but it basically checks the box. Let's look at it like that. You're checking all the boxes for Facebook.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, so address, location, we don't need it. You just go, my page doesn't have an address. That'd be done. Service area, we don't have one. Always open, change that to always open, hey, we're online, we're always open.
Yeah.
And then we go down, we go privacy policy. Now, like in the Commission Hero training and stuff, you can just take the privacy policy off the, you could take it off the offer that you're using, that's on there. You can connect to that, right?
Yep, absolutely.
The way to do it. If not, and you did go to the extra step and you built a blog, then you could basically add a privacy policy to the blog and use that link too.
Yep.
There's like I said, there's not one ultimate way to do this. There's many, many ways to do it, but what we're trying to do is, again, just check the boxes.
Yeah, and the other thing I would add to that too, Daz, is like this is one thing that holds up a lot of people. Like I see a lot of people post like, Robbie, like, what do I need for my privacy policy? What should I do? And it's like, if you don't know what to do, all you have to do is just go on Google and type in like generic privacy policy template, grab it and put it in there. That's it. Like it's very simple. Like if you're spending more than 2 minutes worrying about it, that's already a minute too much.
Yeah, it's super easy. And plus, when we're building a landing page, we have a couple of legal pages with it. So you can even throw your privacy policy in there and use that page,
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
And then this additional information here used to be on a different setting screen. They added it here. They removed the story and they made it additional information. It used to be called the story. So here I would always tell people, get more in depth on exactly what it is, right? Yep. On what this page is, how it evolved, how it became. And you can see they want you to, because they're giving you a character limit of 50,000 characters.
Yep.
So it's telling you that they're expecting you to tell a story, if you want to look at it like that.
Yep.
Right. So that's where they put the story too. And then we come down to nothing else. That's it. Those are our main settings there. Again, like I said, just think of it like you're checking a box, all the way down, checking a box, and make sure there's nothing missing. And you'll be able to watch this recording and come through, and it'll all start coming together with you. But what I definitely recommend you guys do is it wouldn't hurt to go into like Google Drive or Excel or whatever you use and build a little checklist, a little spreadsheet, and just have down fan page build and all the things you need to do, put them down the left side, and on the right side have a column where you say yes, 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 so you don't miss anything, right? Because once you've done it a bunch of times, you can do it, stood on your head. It's easy. But the first time, it can be a little bit deer in the headlights and you're getting lost. And, so when you make those checkpoints, you're never going to forget to do that piece. That's why.
Yep. Absolutely. No, that's true. Yeah, guys, any questions here before we keep going forward here? So let's see. People are asking in terms of like, what do I think about different fan page names? Yeah, the big thing is, guys, like, just don't make it a controversial name. Make it something that's very generic. Like even for weight loss, like it shouldn't have any kind of weight loss stuff in there as well. Like, for example, it could be, we love chocolate. It could be a fan page name. Like, it really, the main thing is like, make it non-controversial, make it something that can encompass an entire thing. And that's really important there, guys. So yeah,
I actually knew somebody who had that name. We love chocolate for the fun.
Oh yeah,
nice. Somebody actually had that for health and fitness,
and it works. People love chocolate.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers that question. People are asking in terms of if they should basically have a fan page. Like if they create one fan page, can they have it on multiple BMs? I personally think you should have one fan page per BM, per niche. So you wouldn't like share it across BMs, just from a connection standpoint. So if that fan page gets shut down, it doesn't affect all your stuff. Let's see what else you got for questions here. People are asking like, should if someone sends us, here's a good question. So people are asking like in terms of like, we set up the send message button on the fan page. Someone says, should we respond to people that message us on the fan page?
Yeah, I would say yes. Yes.
Yeah.
If they message you, yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
again, you're looking like you're a brand, you're a real community, so you would care about it, right? You would really, really care about it.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely.
if you weren't answering people contacting your page, then it would look like you really don't care.
Yep.
You know, so.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I agree. I think it's good to do that for sure. Let's see what else we got here. People are asking like, where do they saw something in training about uploading a blocked words list? Yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a second here. And page moderation stuff. Actually, it's probably a good segue. We might as well just go into that now, Daz. We can talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So we finished on the edit page info. Now we're going to go into the settings.
Yeah.
So here we are on the settings, right? So page moderation here.
Yeah.
This is your page moderation. And again, they've even changed some of these things really, but this one's pretty much the same. So the list, we have a blocked words list. For those of you who don't know, it's in the Facebook group under the files, right? That's where we have it, right, Robbie, in files?
Yep. The file section of the Facebook group. Yeah.
So you can just go in there, you can download that. Then you're going to come here and you're just literally going to click upload from CSV, put the file in there that you get, and then save it. And that's it. Boom. All the dirty words will be in there. People swearing on your page are going to get hidden.
Yep.
Profanity, swearing, calling you out on stuff. A lot of those are going to get hidden. Now, one thing I will mention with the page moderation is as you go forward and start running ads, and you're going to get different people commenting on posts. Some people use Facebook as a soapbox, right? They get up there and they love to give their 2 cents on stuff, which is they wouldn't do in face-to-face. That's just the way society is. But you can imagine that if they're saying stuff on your post and your comments, then this is going to hide it. It'll automatically hide the post. But you may notice things on your post that might say stuff like, if it's a video sales letter, which is a VSL, which you'll learn about that later too. But if they go to the page, they might watch it, might come back, oh my gosh, just get on with it. It's so long. The video is so long. That's nothing positive about what they're saying. So you can actually manually add more words to your block words. You can go in there and say, hey, I'm going to type in there video and I'm going to add that word. Anybody writes that in a comment, it's going to get hidden. Long. No one's going to have anything good to say about long, when they're talking about that. So the better and better you get, keep adding them and work on the actual CSV file that you have, open it up on your machine and keep adding to that too. So when you upload it to other fan pages, that list is getting bigger and bigger, So that's a good tip for you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, and especially if you're doing DIY, you're promoting an offer like Easy Battery. You'd be shocked how many people are going to post negative stuff. Like, people are so passionate about batteries. I don't understand why, but having that blocked words list is going to make a big difference because all those comments and stuff will just get hidden automatically. You don't have to worry about it. So, yeah, really important. And the other thing I would add to that too, Daz, is like, where it says profanity filter, we'll probably want to turn that on too.
I'm going to go. That was the next one. Yeah, then we will come down here. Once that's done, we will come on here and edit under profanity filter. And now we would just turn this on by checking the box. Now, before, on the other lessons, you guys might have known if you watched before, they used to have strong, medium, or mild or what. Now it's just check the box. That's it.
Yeah.
So they took those options away. So once you've done that, just click save, and you're done. It's turned on.
Yep. That's it. Easy peasy. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then as far as any other stuff, there's nothing really else we need to do here on this side of things, right?
Yeah, no, the only, when you're first doing offers and you're deciding what you're going to roll with, when you get on one, you think, okay, this is it. And I'm going to focus on this. This is my focus. I'm going to start running it. I'm going to start running some traffic. I'm going to start launching more ad sets. I'm starting to scale. And, one last deal you can do is just more like a precaution thing for down the road is you can just go to messages, get some messages. It changed everything. I don't think it's that one now. What is it? Messaging. See, they moved everything around on us.
I know.
And people say, how do you know this? I go, well, we have to go look for stuff when they move it.
Yep.
Okay, so messaging over here on the left side, I click on that. And what I want to do is go to automated responses setup. And again, I don't do this I don't even teach to do it until we're running a lot of traffic and we decided that we're really going to focus on this offer, right? So And then it automatically brings you in on, it used to, this is where it's getting interesting now. It used to bring you in automatically on away message, and you had to select instant reply. Now it's bringing you into instant reply. So that's another update. You would come in here and we would turn this on, and then we would edit this message. So for example, we can come in here, hi, I can personalize this. I can click this, first name of receipt, and then backspace 1, because you can see the comma on the right side preview is off by 1, so I'll bring it back. So it's going to populate now by itself. So it's saying Joyce because it thinks that's my profile, right, that I'm on. Yeah. Thanks for contacting us. We received your message and appreciate you reaching out. For example, if you're looking for support, easy battery, okay, best way to reach them is by sending them an email. And just grab the contact information from that vendor, from their deal, and put it in here. Right? So what you're doing is, instead of them thinking that you're, let's say, for example, you are the guy with easy battery because you're promoting it, it's your product, that you've then given them the information they need if they need to contact someone and complain about something or find out where it is or yada, yada, whatever. Right? So that's a little pro tip on the back end.
That's great. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome, because that'll just save you some trouble, right? Because then you don't have to go in and do it yourself. And because, what happens, guys, is just from experience is people will actually message the page sometimes, right? Thinking that you are the support for that product. And if you don't respond to them, not because you're don't want to, but just you get busy or whatever, they don't get a response. Sometimes they'll just try to refund the product or something like that. So yeah, it's better just do an automatic message, so that way it just gets taken care of automatically. Yeah.
So then basically in a nutshell, that's it. We're ready. This page is set up, other than the privacy policy and the web page that we talked about, which is different ways to do that. But yeah, these are basically the settings to get you up and running.
Awesome. Yeah. And then I guess the only thing we can kind of touch on real quick, obviously we won't do it right now, but as far as, what type of content should we post on pages like this?
I find that the content could be, memes. It could be, like a DIY meme. You can post one of those on here. You could also do tips, like DIY tips. You can find articles anywhere on interesting things. You could, you could different craft things, different stuff that goes more niche related with it. I'm more of a kind of like a weight loss. I do a lot of weight loss stuff. So we do recipes, factual, funny memes. So you kind of do that there, but I mean, here you want to be careful on what you post, right? You want to try and stay away from anything that says you, your, or calling anybody out. Yep. So keep it more generic, like I, me, or a third party. That's what I try and tell people.
Absolutely.
But post anything. I mean, it's again with the posting, Robbie, you're the same way on this. When I get students that really get wrapped up on this stuff, I tell them, there's no need. You don't have to write a novel. You don't have to write, a newspaper article every time. It's just content, what you think they'll like, funny pictures, stuff like that. But also be careful with funny pictures, because I've had students that I've seen in the group that got their accounts banned. And when they showed us what they were posting on their account, I'm like, well, no wonder.
Yep.
A guy falling off a roof, I said, that's like.
Yep, not good. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, that's important. So yeah, you got to keep it very, very just bland, right? So like the guys are saying, just very simple stuff. If you're doing a health page, do recipes. If you're doing DIY, like do a picture of like a wooden chair. I mean, just keep it very simple.
It's something real simple like this. Even an example, like
exactly
DIY project.
Yeah.
Something you find anywhere.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's something simple like that, right? And the other thing too, guys, just so you know, for some of you that if you have access to, if you have Commission Hero Pro, for example, you can use a toolkit to get started with that. So if you're interested in Commission Hero Pro, like if you go into your members area, Commission Hero, there's some links where you can get that. But yeah, keep it very, very simple. Very, very simple there. That's all you have to do. to get started with that. And I always say, like, you're spending more than, a couple seconds wondering what to post. You're spending too much time, but keep it very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you just pick something, put it in there. I mean, it could be anything. It could be, like this. Could be anything.
Yeah.
Save image as, you don't even need to save it. Actually, you can just copy this. You just copy and paste this in, but you could put something like a couple sentences you found on, applying stain to a piece of wood. Just rewrite them, put them on there, say, hey, here's some quick stain tips, and have this image with it.
Yep.
Finish. That's a quick one. Or like Robbie says, you can find DIY, like recycled. Look at this one. Find some recycled DIY crafts or something interesting or anything, There's so many DIY projects out there that you can just go and go and go. And factual is always good too, like, hey, like locally, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm about to remodel my house and tear a bunch of it down because that's what I used to do. But now lumber prices went up 400%.
Yep.
That's and it's crazy. It really did. But, you could put that in there and say, OMG, lumber's up 400%, picture of a pile of lumber. There's a post for you. Trust me, people will comment on that like crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On commercial stuff, they will comment, right? As you bring them on the like campaign. So, this thing here, look at this one. It's a small image, and get there. Yeah. Perfect.
Very cool.
You take that. Now I would watch out for this stuff.
Yeah.
The copyright deal on it. Like you could maybe snag this with a screenshot and say, here's a great way to use a ketchup bottle.
Yep.
Right? Done.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so guys, very simple. You don't have to put a ton of thought into what to post. The main thing is to get some action on the page, make sure it's something that people want to engage with and comment on, because it's important, right? Like, we all want to get to the point where we're running ads, but we have to set up our framework. We have to set up our foundation first. And that's what doing this is with the fan page. So cool. Yeah, let's see if we got any other questions here. I know, let's see. People are asking, here's a good question. Someone's asking, how many likes on a fan page do you need prior to being able to run ads?
That's a good question too.
Yeah.
I'll normally go with a like campaign to the page. I'll be running like campaigns and boosted posts and stuff like that. And normally I find that it's more, my threshold, the way where we warm them is a little bit of a process. So it has time. And you'll normally find out realistically that you'll be, 1,500 minimal likes, 1,300, depending on what the audience is, going towards the 2,000 mark. Yep. By the time you're running a conversion campaign. Now I see people all the time with banned pages when I look for, doing spying and stuff, which we're going to show you guys later too. That's another great deal we do. That all their pages, their ads are all disabled and everything else, and they've got like 82 likes.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, okay, they didn't follow the process, right? But normally you will get, the way we show you to get the likes going and everything, you're going to get quite a big following on your page, and if the information on there is good, you're going to get a lot of interaction. And organic likes are going to start coming too.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think I would say that the other thing you do too, guys, if you want, like you see on the left-hand side, it's like invite friends to like your page. As long as you get a few likes, it's not a big deal. But yeah, we'll get into that, in the next couple of weeks. We're talking about running your like campaign, getting it warmed up. We'll actually talk about it a little bit today as well. But, that's kind of the way it goes, but don't be overly concerned about that.
Don't be concerned on the quantity of like my deal normally is the threshold on the billing on the ad account.
Yes, that's important, which we'll talk about.
That's the number one thing.
Yeah, I love that. Cool, awesome. So I think let's see what we got going on here, Dad. I think next up is I think we got the account, setting up your ad accounts and warming them up. So I think we got to go into actually getting an ad account ready to go here. Now, guys, to be clear, like we're doing this in one session. You guys have a whole week. It should take you. Each one of these steps should take you a day, right? Like set up your fan or business manager. Boom, done for the day, right? So I want to be very clear there. Okay. All right.
Yeah. That's a good point. And another thing I wanted to mention too, people ask me a lot, okay, posting content to the page. Normally, I'm teaching people when they build the page and they start getting going, try and get like 6 to 8 posts on there almost right away. That's what I tell them, like one after another, right? Then after that, you kind of want to be posting to your page like 3 to 4 times a day as you're warming, because you got to show Facebook there's a community with a brand, and you're putting stuff out there for your readers, right? So they're seeing that your stuff is going through, you know, every day there's some new stuff going on there, some things for your readers as the likes are coming. So there has to be, you know, an alive environment they're going to, right? And one thing I want to show before we jump off of that, Robbie, is if I'm doing my posts in here, you can also schedule your posts for you guys that don't know this. So, and again, it's all weird now. So I've changed everything around. I have some people that are doing this now, but for me anyway. I have VAs, right? That's another animal down the street.
Yep.
But if I'm doing this, I think the scheduling now, you have to go to the publishing tools.
Yeah, you got to go publishing tools now. Yep.
You would come to the publishing tools like this now to post on your page, and this will enable you guys to be able to schedule a post.
Yep.
So we can create a post, and we say what we want to do, you know, yada yada, whatever, tada tada, taken again. Okay, go here, and then we would do whatever we want. Your post is going to be here. We can add it in here. We can put the images in here, everything we want.
Yep.
Down below here, it's going to be right here under publish, schedule post.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Yeah. And that's the thing, guys. Like a lot of people think when they first start a fan page, like, oh, I got to post every day. So I have to like wake up early and post, remember to post. Guys, you don't like, all you have to do is just what Dad showed you, where you literally have to go in for, you know, one quick session, you know, 10 minutes, you can get, you know, 10 posts scheduled out for the entire week. Right. So really, really simple. So, but that's, and it's good we're doing the 6 weeks of success because these are all updated stuff, right? So the fan page, the business manager, like it's all looking new right now, right? So that's why we wanted to update this for you guys as well. So is this helpful so far, guys? Let me know in the question box if this is helpful for everybody in here. I think the answer is yes, but I want to make sure that.
Oh yeah, seeing a bunch of yeses coming out. That's good, and I agree with Robbie with these platforms being a little bit different now and different looks. You can see even us as coaches, and we're on it all the time on massive volume. Sometimes even we have to click around a couple of times to find something. It's always there. They just moved it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's the same function. Everything's the same, but it just you know, looks different. That's all. So cool. So let's transition and go into an ad account.
Ad accounts, right? Yeah. Okay. So here we're on the ad accounts. So we would just go on the left side, select ad accounts, and from here is where we would create the ad account. Now remember, earlier on this call, we went through putting the payment method in there, so it's already there, right? So then we would just come here and we would create ad and create a new ad account like this. Now I normally do these, the way I label them is so that I know, because when you get like me and you have multiple BMs and ad accounts all over the place, you need to be able to know where these trackers are coming from and what BM that's coming from and yada, yada. But it's not a bad problem to have, but it's in the beginning, if you always think big, it's better to be like that, right? So over here I would call this RA1-01. So for me, that's Robinson Agency 1, ad account number 1. That's how I do my labeling. You may come up with your own way, but I'm just telling you what I do. My time, obviously, I'm in Los Angeles, Orange County, and this is US dollars. Press next. And I'm telling it, I'm going to use it from my business, create. And it's going to come up here. It's going to tell me, okay, who you want to go on here. You know, if I want to, I can just select them all. I won't select this guy, but this one, and assign. And then we come to add a payment method, right? So I'm going to click this. I probably won't complete it, but normally when you put the business manager, the payment on the business manager, where we have the opt-in here of debit or credit and PayPal and online banking, there'll be another one above this that will say business manager payment method. Now, the cool thing is now you just select that. It will take you to another screen. You select the method and then save it and you're done. It'll bring you to another screen. You're finished, right? The next pop-up that may come up that's been a new thing that's come up is if you try and go and do add an ad account, or not an ad account, but add a payment method to the ad account, you will come to a screen that looks like this once you've done it. And it's going to have a message that they won't let you advertise until you fill this out, right? So people get a little stuck on this thing. So again, I took you a different way, but normally you will come in, select a payment method on the business manager, and then you will go, and then this screen is going to come up. Okay, you're going to put in here business name. Now, as it says, if you don't have a business, just put your own name and your mailing address, your business, your billing address, whatever for the card. Put it all here. It's not really that I think they look into it from what I've seen and tested. It's just, it has to be filled out.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And I don't even understand what it really does, because it doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't even have to match the billing address. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. I just think they just, it's just one more step they look at, but they really don't look at it, which is kind of weird. So I don't know. You just got to fill it out, and it is what it is.
Whatever you put in there is what it is. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
So it's kind of strange. So then, you're finished and you're done, and you're going to come to this page, and this is what it's going to look like. So now we have the ad account. So the payment method is set, the ad account is set, and the fan page is built, right? With a few little settings that we need to finish up. We talked about privacy policy and that kind of stuff. So that's where we are, guys. So now once we have, obviously, the account, I get some people say I can't see the account because the account hasn't been assigned to them, that kind of stuff. So if we were in the account here and you wanted to add some other people on the business manager to the thing, you just do as the thing says, add people. You would say, oh yeah, I want to add this guy. Perfect example. So assign it. Now you can see we have 3 now. So all 3 of these people could control that ad account.
Yep.
Right, so.
Awesome. Yeah. Questions, guys. Questions. Let me know in the chat what questions you got going on here. Excuse me. I think one of the questions I see is, so someone's asking, can we create more than one ad account in the business manager?
Oh, absolutely. You can create as many as you want. Now, good question, because in the beginning, because of the trust basis on Facebook, you got to remember, that's why we tell you slow is fast. You're going to come in, you're going to start, you're allowed to create 1 in the beginning.
Yep.
Right? As we start to warm the account and spend some money, after a while, they open it up and you'll be able to create 2 more for a total of 3.
Yep.
So the place that you would look to find this is you would come down on the left side all the way to the bottom and go to business info right here. And this is where it's going to show you your ad creation limit right there, 1. This will change as time goes on, and you follow the rules and you advertise and spend money as Facebook wants you to. And this will actually change. You may come in here and after a while and it'll say 3. So as soon as you want to be checking this, once you start warming the ad account, I always say kind of check it like every week. Yeah. And as soon as you come in here and check it and you see that you can create 3, then immediately go over back to the screen we were on earlier and create ad account number 2 and ad account number 3.
Yep, absolutely. Because
establish them right away.
Yeah, because nowadays it's very different, right? So like last time we did the 6 Week of Success, it was kind of like you spend $25 on the ad account and it unlocks multiple accounts for you now. But now it's different, right? So now it's more, I find it's more time-based than anything. So you may spend $25 and you still have 1 account, only the ability to have 1. So you just have to kind of go in and check, like Daz is saying, every week. Also, the other thing I noticed is that normally it would used to be 5 accounts would unlock, a total of 5. Now I see 3 a lot, and then eventually 5 after. But those are just a couple of quick little adjustments that I see people asking questions about. And so I just want to cover that on the 6 week for you guys now. But yeah, main thing is, guys, get the account open and start getting it warmed up, which we'll talk about in just a second. One little side note here that might be a little helpful thing too is where it says business options, guys. You may eventually want to set up kind of a 2-factor authentication for your business managers in some cases, not always, but what that means is basically that requires someone to enter a login code, and sometimes by having a 2-factor on, it does help increase the longevity of your business manager. It's not required, but it can help sometimes, and avoid like suspicious activity type of stuff. But yeah, for sure. So this is great. Cool. So we got a lot done here. We got the fan page created with the business manager open. We got the ad account created, all of which took us, 40 minutes to do. But for you guys, it's going to take you 3 days to do, right? Because you're going to do open up business manager one day. You'll create a fan page the next day. You'll open up ad account the next day, right? And then probably a day or two after that would probably be the next step, right, Daz? Would be warming up the actual ad account. So let's kind of go into the ad account and talk about warming it up.
Sure. Okay. We're going to go ad accounts. I'm in the ad account, so we're going to open ads manager. All these kind of when you see these questions they're asking you, if you know the answer and it's not something you're not sure of, okay, no, we don't post. Just get rid of it. Say, do you focus on politics? No, just get rid of it. Get used to kind of taking care of that stuff. Right now in here, so now we're going to go into a light campaign. So we're going to go ahead and create, and we're going to come down here, and it's going to be an engagement campaign. Now, again, we'd have already had content on your page. We'd already be posting content to your page daily. We need to make sure the content's there and everything's set up before we start this. Okay, it's very, very important. I need to get this straight with everybody. You guys all understand that the fan page needs to be completely set up with the content on it, and you've been posting to it maybe for a couple days before we launch this. Okay, so can I just get a 1 down the column of the line so everybody's agreeing that yes, okay, we understand that. It's very important.
Yeah, type of 1 in the question box, guys, if you understand what we got cooking so far.
Okay, cool. I see the 1s coming. Good. So you're all getting it. Good. Because this is important, right? So now we've got that done. We come here, we go engagement, and we go page likes. Now we press continue. Well, first of all, if I can hit the drop down and name my campaign, right? So I can just say I want a light campaign. And this is going to be DIY. That's a light campaign. So we still roll with men and women, Robbie, or just men? I think.
Yeah, you can do one or the other. I mean, you can do both too. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Men, women, age group on this, a little bit older, isn't it, for the DIY?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking? Like 40?
I'd say 40 plus. Yeah.
40. Mm-hmm. This is just how I name them. So I have everything here, and then it's going to be top 5.
Yep.
Right. So I like to name my ad sets where I can see what the audience is without having to open everything up. I'll go add 1, continue. All right, so here we are. A campaign objective, as it says, is page likes, and we make sure that this is not turned on. We don't want to go campaign budget optimization. So we're going to come here, and now we talk on budgets. So budget-wise, I'm going to go like $15 a day on the like. Yeah, I said 15.
Yeah, 15 is fine.
So we're going to go $15 a day on this like campaign. We're going to start it for tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Always when we launch ad set, we want to go 3 o'clock the next day.
Yep.
So people say, why? Okay, well, the reason why is, this is a good one. The reason why is right now, if I launch this right now, it's going to launch, it's going to kick off, and it's going to go at right away, and they're going to burn through the money super fast. Right? So we want to make sure we get the maximum out of the spend. So if we tell them $15 a day and they're going to go start tomorrow morning at 3 o'clock, we know they're going to spread that $15 out for the whole day. But if we launched it now and it didn't get approved till, who knows, one time at night, they're going to spend that $15 in a 3-hour window, right? Okay, so we come down here. We go, now we got to get our audience, people living in. So we're going to go people living in this location, and we're going to go top 5. So we want Canada. We want United Kingdom. And give me another top 5 country. Come on, guys. Put me a top 5 country in the questions there.
Yeah, what we got here?
See what's coming?
Let's see. Yeah, I got some people here saying Australia, so they're right there.
Australia's good.
Yeah. What else we got? Yeah, we already have United Kingdom. We already have that.
One more.
And then we got New Zealand. It looks like people are saying New Zealand. Yep, you guys.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked sometimes that they are, but they're there, and I sometimes don't get it. But anyway, that's the top 5. So for the guys that didn't know, it's United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. Basically, the biggest spenders. That's what they are.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going here. We're going to go 40 to 65 plus, all genders, detailed target expansion off. And now we're going to come up with the audiences. So again, the good question was earlier, how many likes do we need before we can launch a campaign? It really doesn't matter. It's mainly how much is my threshold and how long I've been warming the account. That's more important, right? So people sometimes look and say, hey, it's costing me this much to get a like. Should I be worried? No, not really, because we're really using the like campaign to warm the account. That's really the purpose of it. Get some followers, but really warm up the ad account and get a spend and get some trust with Facebook. So for here, I could start with like DIY and do it yourself. Select that. Suggestions. Once I've done one interest in here, now I can start picking up all the interests that I feel make sense, right? For the DIY niche or weight loss or whatever I'm doing. So now obviously we got home improvement, interior design, another home improvements, renovation, all the stuff that you would think would be home repair, DIY related, right? Because we want these kind of people. DIY magazine. Magazines are always great, by the way, for anything. This is even when you're targeting interest later.
Yep.
Home and garden magazine, ideal home, DIY ethic. And I mean, I'm my thoughts on this too, Robbie. Is probably the same as yours. If you spend too much time grabbing these things together, that you know, it's not really that important as long as they're kind of the audience you kind of want to go after.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you have, you know, five, 6 of them, that's more than you're good. Yeah.
So we got those. There's our deal. Remove connections from Target, and this is a new thing too. Let me just get rid of this. This is kind of something that came up before. I really don't even quite understand what they want you to do with this, but I just kill it. Now that's gone away, and another new look to this, huh? Look at this.
Yep.
Okay, so we come down. We got our interests, languages. Always, guys, I cannot say this enough. English all. Okay, you don't want to be advertising to somebody who can't read or write English. Okay. And then we got that. It's finished. And now we're finished. And automatic placements, we're just going to leave it at that for now, right? Because we want it just to go out there and just try and get as many people as possible. So you can kind of see estimated daily results, 36 to 112 people. So when you're asking on how many likes you have on your page, you know, that's how many you're going to be getting a day, according to Facebook.
Yep.
So now we come to the actual ad. Now we're coming down here. We make sure we have the right fan page selected. Okay. Now we're going to do something very clean. You know, Handyman Hanks is a community for all the people out there that love DIY, get tips and techniques to make all your projects run smoother. I'm even that paranoid sometimes. I get rid of that. Do all projects run smoother.
Yeah.
Swing the hammer is a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the your. I just don't like it being there for an ad. Right. And that's another important thing when you're posting content to your pages, guys. So when you're posting memes or different things and making comments and this and that, always try and talk about I, me, or a third party, right? Because if you boost the post later, you might run into a problem. Okay. All right. So we've got that. And pretty much we've got the image. I don't know about the image. I think we should change the image. What do you think, Robbie?
Yeah, maybe. I think the image might be, we can show them how to change it. That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to click edit, change media. Hopefully I have a stock images on here. And I don't.
Nope. Yeah.
Now, some accounts, you'll see from the other training we did, some accounts have stock images. Some don't. Why? I don't know. I can't figure out why some do, some don't. Yet to know that. So now we got to get like an interest in DIY image. Not like this, writing, I don't want that. That's not gonna work. All right, so give me a suggestion, Robbie, for picking something up.
I would say something along the lines of like, I would just do like a wooden chair, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say wooden table or wooden chair.
Yeah, something simple.
Even this thing.
Yeah,
Oh, it's an ad. Those are ads at the top, huh?
Those are ads at the top.
Tricky into clicking them. Just get something cool looking. That's an ad.
Yeah, that's an ad. Yeah, you can just choose like the one with the American flag at the bottom there on the right.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Something simple.
So I'd go save it as chairs. Bring that down. And now I'm going to upload it. So yeah, guys, you come in here, you want to put your images in. Pretty straightforward, right? If I was coming here, I said I want to edit the image, then upload. Now I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to get the chair and open. That's going to bring it into the account.
Yep.
Give me the too small thing. Let me see. Continue. No. And then also, when you do bring an image in, you can also come in here and you can edit the image. And a lot of times you can crop it. See, you can drag this across. I just wanted the two chairs, but I do want, yeah. I can leave it a little longer. No. I could just roll with that. Save it. So here's our ad. Now we've got the chair in there. And pretty much we're ready to roll. What's my normal payment method? Oh yeah, okay. So I'm going to get the error because there's no credit card on this account. That's why.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm getting that error at the top. And basically we got everything ready. We got all our stuff. We got our text. We got our deal. And again, don't overthink it. All we do now is click review and publish, and away it goes.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's it. And that's your like campaign. So now what that'll do, guys, is they'll go into review, and then it'll be active, and you know it'll be active because they'll show a green circle in the delivery column. So that's how that works there. And basically, you would run a like campaign for a while, right? Until you get a bunch of likes on the page, and then from there, the next step would be we want to boost some posts, right? So we want to show people how to boost some posts on a fan page.
Sure. All right, so what we do is I normally tell students, get this going, let it get going, let it get spending some money, right? So we want to make sure it gets approved, and the next day, again, slow is fast, right? So let it get approved, let it start spending money, and the next day when it's spending money, then you could come in here and you can start boosting a few posts.
Yep.
So we then come into business settings, we go back to our page, view page, and we come here, and this is boost unavailable. So let me just do a quick post. I'll just do a quick, grab something real quick and do it. Save, copy image. Okay, so I'll use this as an example. Create post. Here's really cool chair. And give it one of these, you know, kind of make it fun. This is an example. You see how long I'm going to waste doing it. How much time I'm not going to waste doing a post.
Yep.
And then I'm going to paste that image in there. There it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I'm going to say at the post and post. So first I'll post it. This will be content on your page. There it is. That's what it looks like, right? Now I'm going to boost it. So let's imagine that the other one was running. I'm going to come in here and start doing some boost. So all you do is click boost post. And it's going to start creating an ad for me. We don't want a button, no buttons. Okay, we want to keep them on the platform. And I'm going to come down here. Now we have the audience, right? Audience details. So we can create an audience, or if I wanted to, on the audience I created for the like campaign, I could actually save it and it would come up here. So what I would do is, they've changed all this around, so bear with me. Right, so the biggest, most important thing I can tell you guys, when you come in to do a boost, again, they've changed this view, but when you come in here, always make sure you check the ad account that it has you defaulted to. Because as you can see right here, this is the personal ad account from my profile for this account. And this is our ad account that we created earlier. I have many people don't pay attention to this, and they're boosting posts and they tell me, Daz, I don't see any campaigns going in my ads manager. There's nothing in there and the spend's not changed or anything. I said, did you check that you're boosting from the correct account? And 99.9% of the time they are not. So all you have to do is come here and select the correct account. That's a big thing. Right? Then you go down and leave this automatic, no button, and then you can build your new audience here. You can build one in here. Same thing as we pretty much did. You do the top 5. If you want to do it a little faster, you can, I'm going to show you something really quick. So let me just close this. Sorry, confirm. You can go back into the ads manager. This is where I created the ad set for you guys for the like campaign. And I can click edit in here. I can go down to that audience that I just created here. I can go all the way down and I can save this audience. So here I can say DIY likes, and it's got all of my information, the age, the top 5 and everything. It makes it a lot easier. And now I've saved it.
Yep.
So now when I come back to my create the ad, I can probably refresh it. I'm just going to say leave the page. Now I'm back to it. You see it defaulted me again, back to the other account. I'm going to take RA1. You got to watch this, guys. Really, really watch it. I'm going to come down and change this, no button. Now you can see I got my likes audience here, DIY likes, because I'm in the correct account. So I just check that, and that's my audience to boost the post.
Yep.
A lot quicker, right?
Way quicker. Yep.
So now what I would do is I would come here, and the first boost, I would start boosting. I would do like, I don't know, like 3 days, $10 a day for the first one. You know, I would boost 2 more posts on top of that. So different posts at the same time. I would boost another one for 2 days for $10, another one 4 days for $5. And then from that point on, I would boost every day 3 posts, one for $5, 5 days for $1 a day, another one for 5 days for $1 a day, and another one for 4 days for $1 a day. So 554, 554, and keep doing this every day until I get to my threshold of 125.
Yep. Perfect.
All right, you guys all get that?
Yeah, let's see if we've got some questions here. Yeah, people are like, oh, that's a good tip on the checking the ad account, switching, make sure it's the right ad account. Yeah, because you got to be careful, because if you don't check that, it defaults to the personal ad account, right? So you don't want that to happen, right? So make sure you select the correct account. Yeah, and then guys, as far as boosting goes, once again, the reason why we want to get boosted posts, and because people are asking about traffic campaigns and stuff like that. Now, listen, traffic campaigns are fine, but what we want to do initially, before we want to get to that threshold of 125, right? Which means that's our billing threshold. So that's the amount that Facebook will bill us every time, 125, okay? We want to get there, but the way we get there faster is by doing things that Facebook wants us to do, which is a like campaign, which keeps people on Facebook and gets people to like a fan page. Page post engagements gets people to like, comment, and share on a fan page. It does not take people off of Facebook, right? So for the first part of the warm-up process, guys, until we get to that 125 threshold on our ad account, we want to keep people on Facebook, right? That's really, really important, because Facebook doesn't trust us enough yet to take people off Facebook, right? They will after we get to 125, but that's really important to remember, guys, is that making sure that we're boosting posts, we're doing a like campaign up until we get to that 125. And then once you start to run conversion campaigns, which we'll talk about in later weeks, you still will run boosted posts and like campaigns because it's really important to keep fresh comments, likes, and shares on the fan page, right, Des?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's just action. It's everything on the platform that Facebook wants you to do. Basically, yeah. Like more trust. That's all it is. They're looking at you, going, "Hey, they're marketing the brand. They're doing this, and they got a conversion campaign going. No problem."
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so that's great. So let's see what other questions we got here. People are asking how many posts should they boost per day? I would say like maybe 1 or 2 per day at a low budget. If you want to do more than that, you can do 3 to 5 if you want to. But
I normally just tell them 3 a day, like 5, 5, 4, 5, 5.
Yeah.
One post for 5 days, $1 a day. Another post for 5 days, $1 a day, and then one post for 4 days, $1 a day. So 5, 5, 4. You just remember that every day. It's easy.
Yep, exactly. Let's see what else here. How long should we let the boosted post run for? I mean, as Dad said here, I mean, just let each one run a week or so, and then boost a new one, right? Or sometimes, exactly. So, do we need the Facebook pixel set up in order to do boosted posts?
No,
we do not. No.
Not needed yet.
Yeah. So, someone's asking, where can we find the billing threshold on an ad account?
Yeah, good question. Mine will be a little different because there's not a payment method here.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah. So here's the ad account that we're in right now that I was doing that ad. If I go into the hamburger here where the 3 slices are on, go to billing. And this is what billing would look like when you come in, right? So then we would go to payment settings. And here is where you would see the threshold. It would be in here. You would have your current balance that you owe them, and it would be the bill. There's no bill. Bill will not be generated until you hit this amount, the threshold. So it would be in there. The problem is we don't have a credit card there. We haven't used it yet, so there's no threshold. There's nothing.
Yep.
But that's where you're going to see it.
Yep. So essentially, guys, I mean, because a lot of people get confused with a threshold. Like, guys, all you have to do is once you start to spend money on Facebook, like if you look at your statement and you see that Facebook billed you $50, right? That tells me that you are not at your threshold yet because your threshold is $50. That's what they billed you at before. That's what the amount reached to before they billed you, because the threshold is where it's at before they bill, right? So once you get to the point where you look at your statement and say, oh, I got billed $125, or it says your next payment will come out at $125. Oh, okay. Now I know that that's my threshold. I'm good to go. Okay. So that's essentially how that works. So awesome. So I think we covered all the big things we needed to cover today. We did a lot today. We did.
It was a lot. This one.
Yeah, this is a big one here. So we got the business managers created. We got the fan page created. We got the ad account created. We got the ad account warming up. So yeah, and we did that once again. Disclaimer here, we did that over about an hour. You guys are going to do this for the next 4 to 5 days, right? Please, because if you do this in an hour, I guarantee you, you will run into an issue with your account. And I am not to blame. Dad's not to blame. You're to blame. Okay. So to be clear, right? Take your time. This is going to be your week's homework. We'll go over it in just a moment here, but that's how that works. Let's see here. Someone's asking, do we put a link to our landing page in a boosted post?
I wouldn't. I don't like to take them off the platform.
I agree.
It's bad, right? Back in the day, we used to do it different, but 2 years ago or whatever, we're coming through. But things change and evolve. Yep. All of a sudden, they don't like that now. They don't like that you're trying to get engagement on a post, but you're trying to then coax them off the platform too. They don't like that.
Yep, exactly, exactly. I mean, that's really important. So yeah, I mean, things change, but that's why we're updating the 6 weeks of success with you guys, so you get the
Yeah,
up to date information, right? So cool. So let me go ahead and actually, I think we got everything on your end, so let me go
sure.
ahead and I'll stop sharing, and I'll start
Okay.
sharing on my end here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cool, got it. Yeah, so guys, we covered a lot today. Oh my gosh, we went over so much stuff. I mean, we literally covered all of these things right here: setting up your Facebook account, fan page, posting content, creating your ad account, warm-up process, homework. We're gonna go over in a second here. Q&A we'll also do as well. But we also covered proxies a little bit too. So we covered a ton of stuff, guys. And so you can see here, we got a lot of stuff we just covered. Assembly line wise, we are making progress, moving down the assembly line. So step 2, we did all the Facebook manager stuff, warming up the account. Next week, we'll be going over landing pages, domains, and affiliate links, and then funnel creation, week 4, all that stuff, which brings me to week 2, homework. So guys, here's what you're gonna do. Screenshot this, look at it, do your homework here. This is what you got going on. We're gonna I want you to set up your Facebook business manager. That's one day. Create and build a fan page inside the business manager. That's day 2. Right? Create a Facebook account inside the business manager. That'd be a third one. Create one account and start to warm up that account. That should take you multiple days, okay, on purpose, not because you can't do more stuff in a day. You absolutely can, but the purpose is to just get it so that you take it nice and slow and fast, okay? And then next week we're going to be going over this right here. So it's going to be setting up your landing page, domains, and affiliate links, right? So we're going to be going over all that stuff next week, week 3 of the 6 Week to Success. So guys, we're going to answer questions in just a second here, but if you were watching and here on the training today, and you're like, man, I'm feeling overwhelmed. It'd be nice to have somebody to kind of help me out along the way. You can do that, right? Because we have I mentioned last week, and I'll probably mention this every week, is that we have a really cool thing where you can get some extra help, right? And so if you want to learn more about our brand new private coaching program, which is called our personal 6 Week to Success, you definitely want to check that out, because what that is essentially it's a 6-week coaching program, one-on-one with a coach like Daz or one of our coaching staff, and you're going to be able to work with them on a one-on-one basis, do a weekly call with them. They walk you step by step, show you how to get things set up. They give you homework. They personalize it to your abilities and everything like that, which is awesome, because if you're not tech savvy like I am, it's always good to have a coach along the way to help you out. Obviously, we're doing these 6 Weeks to Success for free for you guys. But if you want to take it a step further and get extra help and coaching and just have someone to walk you through the entire process, and this is going to be perfect for you. And so what I'll do, guys, I'll go ahead and post a link here in the chat for you. So you can go ahead and set up a call with my team, one of my advisors, and then you can go and learn more about the personal 6 Week to Success coaching program. And then that way you can get even more help and be in a position where you're setting yourself up for success. And, Daz, you want to add anything to that? I know we talked about it last week, but anything you want to add on top of that?
Yeah, like I said, guys, I mean, for some like that, if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, because it all can be kind of new in the beginning. I mean, it really is. So by taking up on this offer that Robbie's putting out there, is like basically either myself or one of my coaching team will be just taking you by the hand, looking over your shoulder and working with you, sharing the mouse, all that stuff, and getting you set up to make sure you are on the correct path for the 6 Week to Success. So yeah, great one, guys. But like I said, the coaches and everybody, we can only take so many students. So not that you will get in immediately, if you don't jump on it, you're not going to get it. But, you may have to wait a while for, a spot to open up. Because you can imagine, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys would love to take advantage of this. It's a great deal. So it's, more the merrier. We're there to help you. We want to get you up and running and get you set for success. That's really what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see even Joe here in the chat saying that he actually just signed up last week after the call, and now he's working with Coach Stephanie, which is awesome. So yeah, that's great. I mean, so I love that you're actually taking and making it happen. So yeah, guys. So I mean, this is definitely going to be a really, really nice thing for you if you're looking to get that extra help and attention, and you're not ready to commit to a longer term 90-day or whatever. This is perfect, because you'll be able to get going. By the end of 6 weeks, you'll be in a position where you have your campaigns ready to go, ready to launch, and ready to start rocking and rolling, guys. So make sure you go ahead and schedule a call with my team, and they can get you taken care of there. So let's go ahead and answer a few questions here. I've been kind of answering questions. It's been a longer session, so we don't want to go too much longer here, just to respect everybody's time. But some of the questions I saw were, kind of pertaining to, one question I already will tell you the answer, but someone's asking if they can start conversion ads before the 125 threshold.
Yeah, that'd be a no.
Yeah,
that'd be you didn't listen to anything. If you start doing that, you're going to get killed. You'll get shut down. There's a reason.
Yeah, you can't do that, guys. I mean, I know like we're all looking for that shortcut, right? And the thing is, guys, you found the shortcut. It's the 6 Weeks to Success program. Like that is the shortcut. So, this is what's going to get you going, because I'm telling you right now, like if the moment you even think about moving too fast on Facebook, you run into issues. Okay. And that includes running conversions before the 125 threshold. So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do not do it. Do not do it. That's like shortcuts when you're trying to do a shortcut to get out fast, just like somebody asked earlier on one of the questions on this call.
Yeah.
That can we use the same fan page on all DMs, like duplicate content? Now, again, that's just kind of trying to shortcut something.
Yeah.
Like just put the work in. Like we said earlier, put in the work, you will get the results.
100%. I mean, guys, every successful person in Commission Hero has put the work in and they follow the steps, right? There is no shortcut around that. You have to do that. Okay. If you want to be successful, you don't want to be successful, then don't do it. But to be successful, you have to put in those steps. Okay. Let's see here. Someone was asking in terms of payment methods, if they can use PayPal. I mean, you can technically, but I don't necessarily recommend it because there are some issues with PayPal sometimes, getting flagged, running. And same thing with and debit cards. Someone asking about debit cards as well. You can use a debit card, but the problem is you're going to run some, cash flow issues. Credit card is probably best just because you can carry that balance, 30 days or so. But if you have to start with a debit card, obviously just keep an eye on your balance because that can go quick if you're not careful. So, so that I would say that about debit and PayPal as well. No, I can't use Bitcoin yet. So you can't do Bitcoin yet. That's
no Bitcoin, no.
Not yet. You can pay for coaching with Bitcoin for sure, though. We definitely take Bitcoin to sign up for coaching stuff. Absolutely. And any type of crypto we'll take. Let's see here. What else we got for questions? Someone's asking in terms of, let's see here. We talked about it. Oh, here's a good question. Someone says, if I get an ad account shut down in the Business Manager, can I still open up new ad accounts in the Business Manager?
Yes. That's a good question, right? So opening up additional ad accounts in the Business Manager, the reason why we teach you guys on the 6 week and we keep hammering that home is that we check the Business Manager on the business info and see if it's opened up the point where we can open additional ad accounts. That's exactly why we check that on a weekly basis. And as soon as we see we can, we create the ad accounts. Yep. In case we lose one of the ad accounts, the other two are created. Because I'll tell you, if you haven't done that, and a lot of times you lose the first ad account, it will not allow you to create the other two ad accounts. Yep. You're being like punished, or it'll take the other two ad accounts away and your limit will go back down to 1.
Yeah, exactly. That's something you got to keep an eye on. That's why you want to make sure you unlock everything that you can unlock. And, there are some, kind of strange cases where you may be able to create one still. But
there's strange ones. Normally on an account with a lot of accounts, I've seen that where I've had like 3 or 4 disabled and I've gone in and it allows me to create more. But then when you check later, your limit has gone way down. They figure it out. So,
Yep. I think that's, so the best practice is just make sure you make sure you create them first, right? That's all. And then you have no issues to worry about, right? Let's see what else we got for questions here. People are asking, like, when will we be able to launch conversion ads for this during the 6 weeks? Yeah, we'll get to that, guys. We're going to get to that like week 4, basically by week 4 or 5, you're going to be able to run conversions. But don't get ahead of yourself. Like, you got to put in the work first, right? It's you're asking like, when are we going to start driving to the, to the beach, but you got to put gas in the car first, right? So
you're asking those questions like you're not going to go slow as fast.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're on a path to do this and build it, and we need to stay on path.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you have to You have to step by step here, step by step, right? So let's see. Let's answer a couple more questions here. A lot of the questions we've kind of answered. This is kind of our second goal with the 6 week success. So we answered a lot of this stuff already, and we answered a ton of this in the group already as well. So remember, guys, ask questions, but use the search bar first. Let's see here. Someone's asking in terms of with the, oh yeah, I mean, people are asking coaching questions as far as like, with the 6 week personalized 6 week coaching program. Are they following the same guidelines in this one we're doing for everybody here? Yes, to an extent, right? They're basically doing the same thing, but the difference is that they're going to be doing it more personalized to you, right? So they're basically going to be, obviously helping you along the way. If you're not as tech savvy, they're going to help you with that. They're going to help you choose the right offer, help you get your fan page set up. And basically it's going to help accelerate your success quite a bit, right? Just because you have someone like Daz or one of the other coaches like that is just going to help walk you through it. So that way you can get up and running a little bit quicker and not make any, silly mistakes along the way. Because if you try to make any silly mistakes, they'll certainly let you know.
Yes. Yeah. And we hold you accountable for your tasks too. So.
Exactly. Right. That's a big one, is accountability, right? Having a coach that can hold you accountable to that is so important, because it's easy to life gets in the way, you get busy, something happens, it's something that is important. Yeah. Let's see here. What else we got, guys? Anything else, guys, before we call it a day here? Let's see. Let's see. I think we answered most of the questions here, guys. I mean, I know there's some other questions people are asking about, but that's want to cover the landing page stuff, affiliate links, domains a little bit later on in the coming weeks. I mean, really, guys. Oh, you want to see the homework again? Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and pop that up here. So homework again, guys. Once again, set up your Facebook Business Manager, create and build out one fan page inside the Business Manager, get your ad account going, start to warm it up. Okay. Really important to get all that set up and ready to go. Okay. And I think that's it, guys, for today. So I think we'll go ahead and just wrap it up. Daz, anything you want to say before we call it a day here?
No, I'm pumped about the next one. We're going to get there. There's a lot of tasks we gave you this week. There's a lot of things to do, but we're trying to get it as, and condense it as much as we can to get you there on the pace that we're talking with the 6 weeks. So I think if we get over this hurdle of this week, which is a lot of tasks, then, we have more time to spend on the other stuff. And again, if you feel a little overwhelmed or you're looking at things and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, it's this and this and this, remember there it is. Someone in the sign. Is it being recorded? There's another buck. So yes, it's being recorded. So you'll be able to easily stop and replay it to yourself. And I suggest you just do that. Go step by step and pause it, go back, check it. Just take your time. It's important to do it right.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, I agree. And so, guys, we covered a lot. And so I think everybody's a little bit, get a little, brain freeze going on here. So make sure you guys digest everything. You probably want to watch this a few times, right? Because you want to do step by step. This is definitely a juicy session for sure. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. And we'll see you guys next week for week number 3. And make sure you guys show up for every single week, right? Don't fall off the bandwagon. Make sure you stay accountable to yourself and get in and attend all these trainings, because we're doing these for you to help you have more success, because we're invested in your success. We want you to be successful. But that's it, guys. So that's it for me and Daz. You'll have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. See you later.